Frigidaire. Frigidaire. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Hi, I'm John Mallows. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this day. Today, an exciting program. We're going to run down some of the most famous and some of the most exciting and historical movies of all time made in Hollywood. The number here, 436-ME-TV, option 11. Do turn down the sound because you'll get some feedback if you will call in. We appreciate it. We'll be here for the full hour, 10 to 11 o'clock. Back here on the program on Connect with Me, Comcast Channel 187 and 43.6. Glad to have you along. Hey, we're going to run down some of the most exciting and historical movies ever made in Hollywood today. We're going to be talking about, well, I think the one that was rated the greatest movie ever made in Hollywood, that's Citizen Kane. We'll also run down Godfather 1, 2, and 3. And if we have time at the end of the program, we'll talk about some other movies that are out right now. But we encourage you to call in with what your favorite movie of all time was. I mean, of all time. Think back to the days when you were a small child and you started watching movies with your parents, either, you know, at home or you went to the movie theater and watched them. What's your favorite movie of all time? One of my favorites of all time is Ben-Hur. Anyway, we're going to get into that, but first, a little bit of Hollywood news and sad news to report, because over the weekend on Saturday night, James Garner, who played, of course, in the Rockford Files, most well known for playing Maverick as well. TV and the movies, James Garner dead at the age of 86 years old. He died of natural causes. He was found by the police department in Southern California in his home on Saturday night around 8 o'clock. James Garner will be missed. The Rockford Files, probably the most, I think, well-known series that he did. Here's a look back at the life and times of the one and only James Garner.
Actor James Garner, the wisecracking star of TV's Maverick, who went on to a long career on both the big and small screen, has died at the age of 86. Los Angeles police say Garner was found dead of natural causes at his Brentwood home Saturday evening. There was no immediate word on a specific cause of death, but Garner suffered a stroke in May of 2008, just weeks after his 80th birthday. Although he was adept at drama and action, Garner was best known for his witty, low-key style, especially with the TV series Maverick and the Rockford Files. He was nominated for an Oscar for the 1985 Murphy's Romance. Garner remained active in both TV and film well into his 70s, taking on one of his most memorable film roles in 2004 with the tearjerker The Notebook. He is survived by his wife Lois Clark, to whom Garner had been married for almost 58 years. Kelly Daschle, Associated Press.
Live in our studio right now, look into that camera, Becky, is Becky Cinema. She is here to review all the movies today and talk about the life and times of James Garner. Of course, he played in the Rockford Files. I just love that show. I watch it all the time. The repeats on Netflix. It is such a terrific series back in the 70s. Rockford, R-O-C-K-F-O-R-D. You can watch the Rockford Files, by the way, each and every day right here on Me TV Fresno. What's the time, by the way? What time does he come on?
Your show covers it
Nobody knows. Okay. Anyway, you can watch the Rockford Files here on MeTV Fresno at some point during the 24-hour cycle. We're back with our guest, Becky Cinema, in just a moment.
When you're looking for KitchenAid innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on ENERGY STAR qualified KitchenAid appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
When you need to talk to a private eye.
You want to be talking to Jim Rockford.
That's right. He's the one to talk to.
They don't know who you're talking to.
Rockford.
He's got everyone talking.
What kind of lowlife is he?
Takes out half-page ads in a phone book.
I seem to recall the phrase, moderately intelligent private detective.
You have a smart mouth.
You're right, I do. But I'm working on changing that.
Jim Rockford is all the talk on MeTV.
He's something else, all right.
Weekdays at 11, 10 Central on MeTV.
How can you not love that show? How can we here at MeTV not know when the Rockford Files airs? I watch it all the time on Netflix, and I do watch it on this network, MeTV, Comcast channel 187 at 43.6. What's the time? Hello? We don't know yet. We're still. If you know what time it airs, call in and let us know. 436 MeTV optional left. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Anyway, I should have looked at it before we went on the air, but it is one of my favorite programs. Some comments about James Garner. I'll tell you my little story with James Garner. You go ahead and tell me yours.
Well, didn't you introduce me?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. You remember I asked you to look in that camera? Live in our studio is Becky Cinema. Remember that?
Yeah. I do.
You're looking good, Becky. How are you?
Oh, thanks, John. So are you.
I love your jacket.
Oh, thank you.
Looks good on you there. So, James Garner.
James Garner actually was a very versatile actor, even though he made acting look extremely easy. It certainly is not easy. And he had a long time career. He was in movies for years and years before he went to television, and he was in 2 successful series. But he was also no pushover. He would fight the studios to get his share of the
Residuals.
money coming back. Yeah. And he won when he did. So he was, quite the likable guy in Hollywood. And I saw him one time on a plane. Big man.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, we have a call coming in. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. By the way, do you know what time the Rockford Files
Yes, that's
airs?
what I was calling to tell you. It's 11 o'clock right after your show.
Oh, it is? Okay, see,
Yes.
That's how attentive I am. I just need to pay attention to detail, right?
Okay, that's all I call for is to let you know.
What'd you think of James Garner?
Oh, I love that show, the Rockford Files, myself.
Yeah, I loved it too. And I think my favorite character on there was Angel.
Me too.
Loved Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love the whole thing. Sergeant Becker. You just see James Rockford, calling him on a payphone, about some case, and just the whole thing, the whole 9 yards, right, Becky?
Yeah. Yeah, it was well done.
A sneaky type of guy for what he did.
Yeah. That's right. I get all my tips by watching the Rockford Files, by the way. How to break in and no, just kidding. Anyway, thank you for the call. I appreciate it. So right after this program, we can watch James Garner in the Rockford Files. I had a chance to meet him several times because when I was working in Sacramento back eons ago in the 80s, he would show up at the AT&T Pebble Beach Classic with all the other stars in February, and had a chance to interview him, half a dozen times. Real nice guy. Sometimes a little cranky, kind of like on the show, on the Rockford Files, but otherwise very pleasant, very nice.
Yeah, he seemed to be pleasant. I mean, my sister and I saw him and said something to him, and he smiled and talked a little bit, but you could tell that he was saying, okay, scram, okay, that's enough already.
Yeah.
I mean, he must get it from so many people.
Yeah.
And he seems like such an everyman that it's easy to approach him.
Yeah, I was very sad over the weekend when I heard of his passing, because one of my favorite all-time actors, and better yet, he was a diehard Raiders fan back in his day in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You could always find him almost every Sunday on the sidelines of a Raider game at the Coliseum. Amazing. It was like he was a part of the team.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you sports-wise.
Yeah, no, but he was a big sports fan, big Raiders fan. But like you said, what made him in Hollywood was the fact that he was such a versatile actor, and by chance he became an actor because what I read was in his he wrote an autobiography, of course, but he said that he was driving by an agent's office and some lady happened to be pulling out. Okay, and he pulled in and started talking to this agent, and that's how he got into acting.
Oh, I read a different story that he discovered that somebody saw him in high school. He was at Hollywood High, and that they would offer him $20 a day to.
Well, I think that's how he started, but I'm talking on the big screen and this and that. He was driving by this guy's office, and some lady was pulling out, and he pulled in.
Really, technically, it would have started by him being an extra and paying $20. And $20 was a lot of money back then.
Back then,
it's in the 50s, yeah.
All right, take a call here. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. Go ahead.
Yeah, how are you doing today?
Good.
I wanted to correct, God bless her, your last caller. He's on at noon. Mod Squad's on at 11, and Garner's on at noon, because I can't miss him. And one of my favorite movies of all times was Support Your Local Sheriff. He was so
great.
hysterical.
That was great.
All right. So the Rockford Files on MeTV, hold that up again, 12 o'clock, high noon, Monday through Friday, and on weekends, it's at 6 p.m. Caller, thank you for straightening that out. I appreciate it. Yeah, the Mod Squad.
You got it, because he was one of my absolute favorites. Me and my dad's both.
Yeah.
And I went all the way back from the old Maverick, and you couldn't beat Jim Garner in anything.
No.
He did a show about, I don't remember, he was with one of the other actors, and it was a drama about him having a impaired brother. And that was a tearjerker, and he was just fantastic in that. And I can't remember the name of that one. And he was one of the best actors, and I can't remember it. I wish I could. It was a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
But no, you couldn't beat Gardner in anything. He was just fantastic. And that's all I had to say.
All right, I appreciate it. I was a little bit too young to remember Maverick. I know it was during my lifetime, but way too small to remember Maverick.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
There's a surprise.
Well, what year was Maverick then?
I just remember seeing it when I was a little kid. It was in the 50s. It was probably, I don't know.
Too young for me. I can't remember that far back.
Really?
Yeah, really. So how was he in Maverick?
I only remember a few of them because my parents would usually make us go to bed if we, got interested in a program. But he described himself as Brett Maverick anyway, because Brett Maverick was lazy and so was he. And so Brett Maverick would just, have a real slowpoke way of solving these crimes.
I don't know. I kind of get the impression that James Rockford is a little bit on the lazy side too. Lives in that trailer on the beach, and he's a private eye, and he's an ex-con, and so that come on. He kind of almost had the same type of personality in the Rockford Files, a little bit, kind of similar to what he did in Maverick then. Maybe.
No, he's much more of a put upon kind of person in Rockford Files than he was in Maverick, because he was a star of Maverick and he's a star of Rockford Files. But
right.
Angel's always doing something to mess with them, and he can't get anywhere with Becker, and his dad's his biggest fan, Noah Beery.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And people are always approaching him about, I need you to find this missing person, or find this cash, or find this drug money, or whatever the case may be. And he always gets in the middle of it, and Angel's right in the middle of it, too. We're back with Becky Cinema here. We're going to run down some movies. We'll talk about that in just a moment. 436 MeTV option 11. A sad day over the weekend on Saturday when James Garner, 86 years old, passed away. Back with our program here in just a moment.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Samsung big screen we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Time for that upgrade to an HD 3D web-enabled Samsung TV. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Back here on the program talking about James Garner a little bit, and you know, the commercial that we ran, that was an old commercial about the Rockford Files. You can watch it, of course, each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on MeTV Fresno at 12 o'clock high noon, and on weekends it's at 6 p.m. And also, if you have Netflix at home, they got the Rockford Files. Almost every episode that ever played on the air during the 70s is on Netflix. So he played in many movies, but today is kind of a special program here on Connect with Me, because for the first time Becky's here for an hour. So what we want to do, we're going to go over well, I think a couple of the greatest movies ever made. Citizen Kane and Godfather 1. Those are rated two of the best movies ever produced, ever filmed, ever written, ever acted in. But we want you to call in at 436-MeTV, option 11, and tell us what your favorite movie of all time is. We're gonna kind of play that game a little bit today, and I want to start with Citizen Kane, because this was rated the all-time greatest film ever made.
Has
right?
been for years.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
I think that it was innovative. I mean, this was a whole new idea. Orson Welles was 25 when he produced, directed, and starred in it.
1941. That's when the film was made, 1941.
No, I said that he was 25 years old.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, yeah.
I know, and I'm saying the film was made in 1941.
It could well be.
Did I say something wrong?
No, you just interrupted me, of course, like you usually do. And so it was such a, and there are camera angles that are still classic today. You don't see, although he did copy the movie Rebecca, the opening and closing of it, by showing the gates of Xanadu in disrepair in the first opening frame, and then the last frame it shows the gates of Xanadu also. It's got some very clever moves in it. I personally do not think it's the best film that was ever made. I think it's aged quite a bit, but you know, he was brilliant.
Yeah. Well, we do have a clip of that, but first we have a phone call. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. Your favorite film, and what do you think of Citizen Kane?
I must have the wrong number. This is the FCC, and I have a complaint against John Mallows. Is this the proper number to call?
Let's hear it.
Yeah, this is the FCC. That's right. Yeah, you're calling the...
No, I'm the FCC, and you're Mallows.
Oh, okay.
And we had a report of a complaint. Is this the number that I can contact you at? My name's Tim Rockford.
Oh, okay. No, actually, you're calling the FCC. This is the FCC. Go ahead.
Love your show, guys. You guys have fun.
What's your question, man? You're. Oh, okay.
He said you guys have fun.
That was Howard Stern.
Was it?
Yeah. He was,
good friend of yours?
I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway, so we're talking about Citizen Kane. That was actually kind of a funny call there. Voted the greatest film of all time. Back in 1941, this thing was made. Orson Welles starred. It examined the life and the legacy of Charles Foster Kane, played by Welles himself, and it was a kind of a takeoff, I think, on William Randolph Hearst, the newspaper era, of course, the heiress here in California. Let's take a look at Citizen Kane.
Give me a mic. Thank you. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Orson Welles. I'm speaking for the Mercury Theater, and what follows is supposed to advertise our first motion picture. Citizen Kane is the title, and we hope it can correctly be called a coming attraction. It's certainly coming to this theater. And I think our Mercury actors make it an attraction. I'd like you to meet them. Speaking of attractions, well, the chorus girls are certainly an attraction. But frankly, ladies and gentlemen, we're just showing you the chorus girls for purposes of ballyhoo. It's pretty nice ballyhoo. But here's some of our real Mercury people. This is the first time you've seen most of them on the screen. Hey, give Joe a little light. Thanks. Now smile for the folks, Joe. Smile. Joseph Cotton, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Joseph Cotton. I think you're going to see a lot of it.
What's the problem?
Oh, here we go. Are you okay?
John, you're going to get it. You really are.
Citizen Kane. That was the black and white version, of course, 1940.
There's only one version, and it's black and white.
Obviously. I know that. So,
are you sure?
So what...
Do you think it was colorized?
I've got it right here. We got a call coming in here. We're having too much fun here today. Well, the caller was there. I guess he got tired of waiting. And so I still want to know why this thing was voted the greatest of all time.
Because it was such a big innovation back then. And there are studies on it. And I remember taking a class, and a good deal of the class was devoted to Citizen Kane. Just the way that the camera angle is, showing a person in the background and showing a person in the foreground, and how that changes. Why that was so spectacular, I'm not really sure, because it's very common now.
Maybe it was the storyline too, and the way it was shot, the way it was produced, written.
He had a good storyline. It was based on a real person, but the William Randolph Hearst and San Simeon and Xanadu. So it's still a great film.
Yeah. Okay, time to take a break here on Connect with Me. We are talking with Becky Cinema. What's your favorite movie of all time? We're running down some of the greatest movies ever made. 436-ME-TV, option 11. Do turn down the sound. Back in just a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified, ready, steam-equipped, high-efficiency Frigidaire affinity place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Frigidaire laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Back here on the show, Godfather 1. This was made back in 1972. Francis Ford Coppola produced this film. He wrote it. Marlon Brando starred in it. Rated the second greatest of all time.
According to AFI's list of 100 best film, that's American Film Institute, of which critics and regular moviegoers adhere to this one.
Yeah.
Now they change. Films change all the time. They move up or down, depending on how popular they are, but those are the top two, yes.
Yeah. Why was this rated number 2, in your opinion?
I don't know, because on my own personal list of 100, I have it rated number 1, and then number 2, Godfather Part 2. I think it's an absolutely perfect film. Cinematography, the music, the acting, the sets, everything about it is total perfection. There's not too much of any one scene. There's not too little of any one scene. And every actor in the film, except maybe Diane Keaton, is right on.
Yeah. All right. Phone call coming in. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead. What's your question?
Shoot, I wanted to get my comment in during your discussion of Citizen Kane. Undisputedly, in my estimation, and I've seen a few movies over the years, Citizen Kane is going to stand out, I think, for posterity as the best effort ever put forth by Hollywood in attempting to make a entertaining picture, and a picture that has real meaning, content, and innovation. Your guest was right to point out that Wells was one of the first to try successfully the oblique angles, the high shots, the high contrast. The composition was unique. Everything prior to 41, it seems like, prior to Wells's effort, seemed stagey. It was like the 30s black and white pictures. They couldn't really get past what they had established as the norm until Wells, and then at that point everything changed. So I think on the basis of that alone, it's going to continue to be number 1, the closest contender being, of course, the movie you're discussing now, I think, Godfather, which is a great contemporary effort. Question for Becky Cinema, in case I can't get through later. Talking about the career of James Garner, how about that last, I guess, commercially successful picture, not the one for TV, but the Space Cowboys picture? I laughed myself right off of the chair to all the gags that they used. It seemed like those guys, all old-timers, were having a great, great time. Have you got an anecdote that you can share about Garner that maybe might illuminate his personal, what he was like as a person off stage? And do you think that maybe he was actually like the character he played in Space Cowboys? Thanks.
Actually, James Garner was one of the better liked actors. My brother worked in show business and would run into him on the sets, and always a great guy. I mean, just, you can tell there's a lot of actors who were just naturally affable and accessible, and James Garner was one. I don't have any one anecdote to tell you, although two of my brothers saw him in the commissary having lunch with Bruce Stern, and Bruce Stern was arguing with his publicist, and Garner just went on eating lunch while Bruce Stern's weaselly personality is talking to the publicist. So that's all I have really personally for him. You know,
Well, what about the movie Space Cowboys he was talking about?
I didn't see that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see that.
That was a good movie. That had a bunch of old timers in it, like the caller said. I think Clint Eastwood was in there. Who else was in that movie? I forget now, but a lot of old timers were in there, including James Garner. So, got to go to break already? Oh, what's this?
Well,
okay. I don't know what that is.
The last movie that I saw him in was The Notebook, which is, you know, a real weeper.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to see it, but my sister convinced me to go see it. He did a fabulous job.
Oh,
he really did.
Yeah. Hey, getting back to The Godfather, we got to play a clip of this because starring Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, 1972. I have to admit, I saw Citizen Kane. I've seen that a couple of times, actually more than a couple of times. And, okay, we got a call coming in. We'll get to the clip of Godfather 1 in just a moment. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, you're just very faint. Okay, I'm live, and my comment about James Garner was I loved him in all the movies, all the TV shows. Just enjoyed hearing him in interviews. But guess what? He took over John Ritter when he was on the sitcom as the grandfather instead of John being the male. And that's a very underreported. I don't know if you guys have talked about that. I wasn't able to listen to the total show, but he did an excellent job jumping right in and lasted a couple of seasons.
What show was that? What was the name of the program?
I wish I could tell you. I'm sorry, I cannot.
Okay.
It was with the mother and children, and John Ritter died during the taping.
Okay.
Does that sound familiar? He actually died on the set.
Oh, then it wasn't. It wasn't Three's Company. It was his later. It was his late
Company. No, it was recent.
What was it called?
I don't know. It was
Oh.
recent.
Oh, I don't know then.
It was
Not
more
Three's
recent
Company.
than that.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's the set that John Ritter died on, and he came in and stepped in as the male, and that was a hard sell, and he did it very, very well.
Yeah, like we've said before, James Garner, a very versatile actor, so he could probably play just about any part. Thank you for the call, appreciate it. Getting back to Godfather 1, you can call in and tell us what your favorite movie of all time is, but clip of Godfather 1 made in 1972. This is about a New York crime family. It took place between 1945 and 1955. A lot of, violence, 5 mafia New York families going at each other. Let's take a look at this clip.
They want to get mixed up in the family business. You got to get up close like this, and bada bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
We give them one message. I want Salazzo. If not, it's all out war. We go to the
Some
back.
of the other families won't sit still.
They may have me
Salazzo. Father would want to hear this. This is business, not personal.
They shot my father. It's business.
Even the
or
shooting of
ass.
your father was business, not personal.
You know my father. Men are coming here to kill him.
I never wanted this for you. I worked my whole life. I don't apologize to take care of my family. And I refused to be a fool. Dancing on the string held by all those big shots.
It's not personal. It's strictly business.
Yep, so Godfather, when I saw Robert Duvall and James Caan there too, they were obviously a lot younger in 1972. Everybody was, including you and me. Second greatest film, of course, behind Citizen Kane, won 3 Oscars, Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Screenplay, was for a time the highest grossing film. I guess that has gone by the wayside now, though.
Godfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, prices of getting into films has gone up so much.
Yeah.
Actually, if you go back and look at how many tickets were sold, Gone with the Wind is still the #1 film.
Grossest film? I mean,
well, not gross, but tickets sold.
Right. The #1 grossing film.
Well, no. It didn't make the most. It sold more tickets than any other film. Back then, the tickets were probably 10 cents in 39.
They weren't 10 cents.
It's in 1939.
Okay. I have to look that up. I want to see what movies cost back then.
You go ahead. It doesn't matter how much it costs. I'm just telling you that more tickets were sold for that film than any other film
I'm just saying Godfather 1 was the highest grossing film of all time for a while.
It made more money. Gone with the Wind didn't make as much money.
Right, because of the pricing.
Of tickets,
right, obviously. And, you know, I'd like to know what the ranking is on Titanic, too.
Titanic's in here.
Titanic is in there someplace. Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, that's on Netflix as well, and it's seen everywhere. And I hope they don't make a sequel to that because, as we know, sequels don't do as well sometimes.
Not usually, except for
we got a phone
Godfather
call?
2.
Okay. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead. Caller?
I wanted to suggest Lawrence of Arabia as at least one of the best films.
Which one is?
Lawrence of Arabia.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Absolutely. I didn't see that one either.
Number 7. Number 7 on AFI's list.
Which one?
Lawrence of Arabia.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, good call, caller. All right. Hey, we got to take a break here on Connect with Me, 436-MeTV, option 11. We're back with Becky Cinema and the program in a moment.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the KitchenAid appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Save big with KitchenAid. Right now, get up to a $1,000 prepaid MasterCard when you purchase select KitchenAid appliances. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Got a call coming in here on Connect with Me. By the way, Titanic was number 83 on the list as greatest films ever made. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I just called you before, but I forgot to tell you my favorite movies. One of them was Harvey with Jimmy Stewart, and the other one, of course, was It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh,
and I just wanted to know what she thought about that. And thank you very much again.
It's a Wonderful Life. And also High Noon. I loved High Noon. Remember that movie?
It's on there.
Yeah,
it's
on
the
there?
top list, yeah.
Where's It's a Wonderful Life? You got that one on there, on that list?
Yeah, it's in here. I couldn't tell you what the number is just right off the bat while everybody looks at me looking at the list. But, yeah, it's on the list. It's a Wonderful Life. And also, what was the first one you mentioned?
It's a Wonderful Life. I mentioned High Noon.
High Noon. High Noon's on there.
High Noon is on there as one of the great. Okay, so everybody makes a sequel nowadays. Godfather is no exception. Godfather 2 came out in 1974. Godfather 3 came out in 1990. In Godfather 2, it was Al Pacino, Robert Duvall, Diane Keaton, Robert De Niro was in Godfather 2. It is ranked as the 32nd greatest film ever made, from what I read.
Mm-hmm.
And it's way down the list. Want to take a look at a clip of Godfather 2, made in 1974.
The history of 2 generations of crime. The drama of absolute power and the men who violate it. The Godfather, Part 2.
What is your name?
Don Vito Corleone and his son, Michael. Both had seen the ones they loved most cut down both had killed as an act of vengeance. Both commanded the most powerful and merciless crime organization in the world.
Is it true that in the year 1950, you devised the murder of the heads of the so-called 5 families in New York?
It's a complete falsehood.
They would take any measures.
I mean, you've won. You want to wipe everybody out?
I don't feel I have to wipe everybody out, Tom. Just my enemies.
Make any arrangement.
Michael, we're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Order any death. To protect the empire they controlled. The Godfather and his heir. Both were men of ice.
Well, that was Godfather #2. Did you like it?
That's my #2 film.
Yeah. I didn't see either Godfather 1 or 2, but I saw Citizen Kane. Don't look at me that way.
There's a hole in your education.
Listen, I've seen clips here and there, but I haven't, like, there was one night it was on Netflix, and I turned it on. I was going to watch the whole thing, and I fell asleep. Yes. How do you like that?
Well, I think that they're both made perfectly and excellent stories in
This
both
got
of them.
mixed reviews, though.
When it first came out, because it was a sequel, yeah.
Yeah, the sequel.
Yeah.
But #3 really got mixed reviews.
That was lousy.
It really was, yeah.
That was completely lousy.
So,
don't bother showing a clip.
Yeah.
It's embarrassingly bad.
Yeah. So the #2 was nominated for 11 Academy Awards, and actually Godfather 3 was nominated for 7 Academy Awards. So even though #3 was way down on the list, I'd like to know how many people actually watched all 3. Did you watch all 3?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of Godfather? 436 Meet TV option 11, and we have a lot to talk about today. You can call in and tell us what movie you like, what's your favorite of all time. Good morning, you're on Connect with Me. What's your question or comment?
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, hi, caller. How are you?
Okay. I've never cared for the Godfathers. To me, they're just boring. I just no interest whatsoever. I collect movies. I'm headed for 80 years old, and I have way over 200, but it's hard to pick a favorite. But I love Robert De Niro, but Midnight Run is my favorite with him in it. That is so funny. And then Dirty Dancing, and then The Fugitive. I just... and I seen the one where the guy says Rosebud, Rosebud. That was good. Thank you. Oh, I was interested in the gal's last name. Her last name, is that what made her go into doing something with show business? That was very interesting, her name, because once in Reader's Digest, they said your name does have an effect on what you go into in life.
Why are you turning red? Becky Cinema.
That's
your real name, by the way?
Yeah, that's my stage name.
Okay. Yeah. You're not going to answer her question? We'll just let it slide.
The question was what?
Was that why you went into this? Because of your name?
Because my last name was Cinema?
Yeah.
No, I've just always been interested in film since I was a little kid. Just always loved film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a clip from Godfather 3 made in 1990. Again, this had mixed reviews. By the way, George Hamilton and Andy Garcia are in Godfather 3. They added to the list.
It's so awful.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at one of the clips from Godfather 3.
You know, Michael, now that you're so respectable, I think you're more dangerous than you ever were.
Our true enemy has not yet shown his face.
If every drug pusher in this room would have dropped dead, I would be the only one alive.
Well, you tell him for me, he can live or he can die, you understand?
Will you shut up? Will you shut up?
You're the only one left in this family with my father's strength.
I'm a Corleone.
You can save the Corleone family. I'll help you.
The ultimate story of family.
Come at me as you will.
And loyalty.
Give up our daughter.
Power. And violence.
Just when I thought I was out, They pull me back in.
The Godfather, Part 3.
Godfather 3, made in 1990. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. Your question.
No, I just wanted to say 23 cents was the ticket price in 1939 for Gone with the Wind.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
23 cents.
What an odd number.
You have change for a quarter?
Oh, that'd be a good date for you.
Touche. A good one, Becky. Yeah, that's pretty good for you this early in the morning.
Jeez.
Becky Cinema is our guest here on Connect with Me. We got to take a break. We're having too much fun here on the show. We're going to review some other movies and have a special guest come on the set before the end of the program to promo a very important cause that's taking place here tomorrow on Connect with Me. Back in a moment.
When you're looking for Whirlpool innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Whirlpool appliances save you energy and money and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
We have a call coming out of the break here. It's probably one of Becky's friends. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Just joking around here. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, John?
Hey, I'm doing fun. I'm having fun this morning. How about you?
That's a great show. Yeah, but that phone's been backed up. Good for you.
I know.
Just two things. I don't know if anybody called in because I've been out here and way in the back where I can't hear my TV. That the program that James Garner went on when John Ritter passed away was something like 8 rules you have to know to marry my daughter.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
8 Simple Rules was the name of the program.
That's the one.
Yeah. And I had forgotten about that.
And favorite movie, boy, it's an old one. What a great movie. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy Stewart, John Wayne, even, who was Pompey?
Yeah.
Woody Strode was in it. Just a whole bunch of great people. Great movie. My favorite. Good luck to you. Thank you so much for a great show.
Hey, thank you. Hey, quickly before you go, what was your favorite all-time movie? Favorite of all time?
Well, my favorite would have been The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
Okay. All right.
Okay. The other one, a more recent one, is Tombstone. The Kurt Russell
that's a good
movie. That's a great movie, too. So, those two.
You got it. Hey, thank you. Have a good day. Thanks for calling in. Okay, time to run down some current movies. We got, fairly good amount of calls here, I think, on some of the movies that we ran down. And now we know you like Godfather 1 and Godfather 2 and Citizen Kane 3?
No.
What's 3?
Oh, I haven't
haven't thought about it?
I haven't gotten further into my list.
We'll give you a month to think about it. When you come back next month, I want to know what number 3.
I'll have my whole 100.
I want your top 10. All right, I thought you were going to bring it today. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Can you turn down the sound on your TV, please?
Okay. Done.
All right. Question or comment?
Well, first of all, I did see Godfather 1, 2, and 3. And I did stay glued to and I did not fall asleep. And actually, it was quite interesting and makes you think this is how the mafia people worked and this is how they got things done. Not too much different than politicians nowadays.
Yeah. I couldn't help but think of John Gotti while I was watching Marlon Brando in Godfather 1 when I fell asleep. I said, okay, this is John Gotti.
And you know what? They do not get away with it. They do get caught, and some of them do look away or whatever, but they know they're there.
Yeah.
Anywho, one of my favorite movies, I wonder if you remember.
What?
Jeremiah Johnson.
Oh.
It's not on the list, but that's a lot of people's favorite film.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremiah Johnson with Robert Redford.
Yeah.
That is a really good one. The Searchers by John Wayne, with John Wayne.
That's in the 100.
What about the Grapes of
The
Wrath?
Searchers
I
is-
thought about that movie too.
Oh yeah, it's in there. The Searchers is number 12. Grapes of Wrath is not too far down there, but that's an excellent film.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're stuck with oldies but goodies here in our house when we have a movie night, which is maybe twice a week. We love cowboys, and they don't make cowboy movies like that anymore.
Nope.
Why is that?
I don't know why they're so few and far between. There's too much action, I think. But let me suggest something to you. Have you ever been to Lone Pine?
I'm sorry?
Lone Pine in California. It's close to the Nevada border.
No.
Okay, this is a small town, and this is where they filmed a lot of early Westerns. I mean, hundreds of them. And there's a small Western museum there that's just unbelievable. It's got so many props from different films. It's got clothes that the stars wore. It's really worth taking a trip.
There was a place also in Los Angeles that was a lot of cowboys. My dad used to take us there.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're
we
right.
used to spend the whole day there. We used to see shootouts right on Main Street.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
And I can't remember what that name of it was.
I couldn't tell you either.
I don't know. Me either. So I guess I'm showing my age. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hey, thank you for the call. I appreciate it very much. Have a very nice day, and let's get to some movie reviews of the current day and age, and that is Planes, Fire, and Rescue, a 3D computer animated film. I want to take a look at the clip, and we'll comment after.
I will never understand why you want to jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
We're not. We're jumping out of you.
Never let go. Gotta learn to grow. Watch me as I touch the sky.
I'm Dipper. That's what everyone calls me.
Okay, Mrs.
Miss.
Miss.
Miss, yeah.
Dipper.
Dipper.
Yep.
Yep.
Now I know what I gotta do.
Honk, honk, beep, beep.
Park superintendent.
He waxes himself daily.
I can do this.
You're not certified.
Just give him a shot.
He's not certified. We need every plane we've got.
Crap hopper!
Hey, Sugar Rims, you just fall out of a B-17? Cause you're the bomb.
Pickup trucks.
Let's ride the silk elevator, boys!
Copy that, Henry.
All right, that was Planes, Fire, and Rescue. We did have a call. I was going to take it, but long gone. All right, 3D animated film, the sequel of the 2013 film Planes. I don't know.
Actually, this was really cute. It was very well done. And this is one of the better films, except for The Life of Pi, that used 3D to its full effect.
Stacy Keach, does he do the voice?
He's a voice.
He's one of the
Yeah,
voices of this film.
Yeah.
Along with Dana Cook, obviously.
And so was Hal Holbrook, which must have been his last work because he died last year.
Another film, Begin Again, an American musical drama written and directed by John Carney. I want to take a look at this one. We'll comment on the other side of the film clip.
Well, you're a total rock star. Unbelievable.
We don't want anything to stand in his way.
Capiche?
I'm just tagging along.
Babe, we need to talk.
So, this is a new song for anyone who's ever been alone in the city.
So you find yourself at the subway. You realize it's the end of the line.
I was having a nervous breakdown, and then I heard your song.
There goes.
I want to make records with you. Come on, let's get out of here. You're gonna have to get these beers, though.
All right, so this is about a record label executive who's trying to make it big. He's trying to sign his big contract. He's trying to, find that star out there.
Well, he's kind of down on his luck right now, and Keira Knightley plays the girlfriend, ex-rock and roll girlfriend, so
Yeah.
he was trying to promote her. John Carney wrote and directed Once, an independent film that was an absolutely perfect little film, just so poignant and endearing. And this one is kind of going a little commercial for him, much more commercial than Once.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Hey, I'm wondering if we can jump 2 or 3 films over, because I want to show 22 Jump Street. This is an action comedy, and it's kind of a takeoff of 21 Jump Street, right? That was produced in
it's a sequel.
2012?
Yeah.
All right, the sequel. Let's take a look at the clip.
So now this department has invested a lot of money to make sure Jump Street keeps going. The only problem is the Koreans bought the church back, so we're moving you across the road to 22 Jump Street.
We'll go around to classes and activities, ask around about the drug, find out who the dealer is.
Do we look older, or does everyone in college look like babies?
Some of us are trying to study, so can you take it down to a level of shut up?
Partners for life.
It's just drinking games and bonding. Why is that so painful for you?
No, you cannot hug me right now.
Drunk stagger, drunk swagger. I don't rap good, it don't matter.
We Jump Street, and we're about to jump in your ass.
Right in the crack.
All right, Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum. Gee, what a novel idea. They're chasing drug dealers. Wow. All right. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good morning. I really appreciate the expanded format, the additional time that it seems to give Becky Cinema an opportunity to talk about the movies a little bit more effectively.
Thank you.
Great show. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I love her too. Any comment about the films? Quickly. Gone. No? Gone. All right. See? There you go. One of your fans, Becky.
Well, yeah. Yeah, probably my biggest fan.
You have a fan base here. All right. Do you know him, by the way? No?
It's your fiance.
It is? Oh, it's your fiance? You're engaged?
What? John.
What? It's a question. Are we out of time here? What's the deal? All right, let's talk about, I want to talk about Snowpiercer. All right, this one is an experiment to try to reverse global warming. Instead, it turns into an ice age, and, well, take a look. I don't know.
Passengers, eternal order flows from the sacred engine. We must occupy our preordained position. I belong to the front. You belong to the tail. Know your place. Keep your place.
Those bastards in the front think they own us.
We'll be different when we get there.
What do you say?
We take the engine, and we control the world.
When is the time?
Soon.
This is disorder.
We're going to the front. Open the gate.
We know you well, Mr. Curtis. We've been watching you. Precisely 74% of you shall die. Everybody back!
I'm not a leader.
You're already a leader.
This is your destiny.
All right. Remember that lady that called in, 1939, 23 cents for a movie? That's what this one's worth. 23 cents, baby.
You didn't even see it.
No, I didn't, but I can tell you right now. I mean, come on. Ice Age? Ice Age?
This was supposed to be a really big breakthrough of a sci-fi film. Really stunk.
You know I love you, don't you? You know I do. I'm going to say that right on the air. I love you, and I love it when you're here. See, you're blushing.
Thank you. I like to be here.
I know.
Yeah.
You look forward. You and Dennis Hart are 2 regulars here.
Really?
Dennis Hart, yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll have you both on at the same time someday. Becky Cinema is going to be back next month. I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on. We'll do it again next time here on Connect with Me. Back in just a moment. Don't go away. You're watching us on Comcast Channel 187, 43.6.
When you're looking for Whirlpool innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Whirlpool appliances save you energy and money and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
Don't you ever hit me again!
Chief, I think we got a hit on our hands.
MeTV Fresno, now on Comcast Channel 187.
Back here on Connect with Me, we just have a few moments left. Tomorrow we have a very special program. We have two guests on the program tomorrow between 10 and 11 o'clock. And one of our guests is here today to try to promote his cause. He's going to be here for the full half hour tomorrow from 10:30 to 11. But he's here with Tasha Jafrida. He is Justin Garza, the head football coach over at Central High, and you are here. Congratulations for being here.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
to you, Justin.
Thanks for having us.
Good seeing you, and thank you for showing up today. You're going to be back here tomorrow to talk about your drive to stay alive. Basically, you're looking for a blood donor, right?
I'm looking for a blood donor for myself and for others as well. So the chances of finding one in this area aren't very, they're a little slim, but overall, we just want to help people in my situation.
Tell us your condition right now.
Well, I've had Hodgkin's lymphoma for the last 3 years, and I've done several different types of treatment. I'm getting, I'm having less and less options. But one of my options is to find a donor. I found out going through this that there aren't enough donors to help people like me, especially Hispanics in our area. Hispanics represent 10% of the population in the registry, but 35 in the valley, so there's a little discrepancy there.
So that means only 10% of the donors are Hispanic at this point, nationwide?
Nationwide.
Nationwide.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, what's your connection to this, Tasha?
Justin and I are old friends, and so whenever I found out about his cause of trying to get the word out about sharing the need for more donors on the Marrow Registry, I decided to help him get involved and coordinate some of the events and drives that are happening in the area.
Well, how can they help out? What's a telephone number that they can call? We're going to put up on the screen, not now, but tomorrow, several locations, times, and dates where you can go and donate blood, right?
Absolutely.
So
is there a number? Is there a number that they can, like a general number they can
right
call?
Now, the best thing people can do is they can go to any Central California Blood Center.
Okay.
They could donate blood in Justin's name, and then most importantly, what we're trying to do is to get people to register for the National Marrow Registry, and they can do that in person as well. So they have three locations as the Central California Blood Center in Fresno, one in Porterville, and one in Visalia.
Okay, what about the one on Herndon Avenue? Can they go there
yes,
too? That's the main one,
That's
right?
the main office, correct.
Yeah, so they can go to any of
the locations.
You're only 39 years old, but people I've seen talk about you, the people who have talked about you, say you have a never give up attitude. Is that true about him?
Yes, that's why it makes it really easy to get involved. So Justin, it's hard for him to brag about himself, so I'll do it for him. He's been the lead coach at three different colleges. Three different high schools within the Central Valley. Coach of the year at all three. They won a championship.
Name the three others. Reedley High School, right? Was one of
Reedley,
them.
Sunnyside, and now at Central.
Right, now at Central. You've been at Central for how long now?
This will be my third year.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be back here tomorrow to explain your story in detail. You're welcome to come back as well, Tasha, if you want to, and you can help Justin along through this process.
Yeah.
And we can explain to the public, show the times, dates of the blood donations, several coming up in August and September. And Justin, we wish you the best.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Is there a website? Really quick, we got 10 seconds.
Sure. You can find information on Facebook. It's at Be the Match, the number 4 Justin. So facebook.com/BeTheMatch4Justin.
Justin,
Thank
God
you
bless
very
you,
much.
my friend.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you back here
Thank you
tomorrow.
very much.
We'll talk about this in detail for a half hour. Justin Garza and Tasha Jafrida, hope I got the name right. We're back tomorrow with a special edition of Connect with Me on Comcast Channel 187, 43.6. We'll get to all your phone calls tomorrow. Have a good day. Stay put.